Very good morning, everyone. Welcome back to the current affairs class. I hope you all are doing well. Can anyone please confirm audio and video is good to go? Anyone? I hope it is clear. So let's begin with today's class. Today we are going to cover 7th February CA. 7th February CA. So first section, ESI Finance and Business. We have a new tax bill, to be there. एक बिल प्रपोज किया है कैबिनेट ने, टैक्स बिल होगा. तो जब ये आएगा फाइनली, देन इट वुड बी मोर इम्पोर्टेंट. अभी बहुत बेसिक फीचर्स वी आर गोइंग टू डिस्कस अबाउट दिस. सो कैबिनेट हैज क्लियर्ड न्यू इनकम टैक्स बिल. यूनियन कैबिनेट हैज अप्रूव्ड दिस बिल which will replace the existing, the 6-decade-old Income Tax Act. So existing Income Tax Act, which we right now have, is going to be replaced by this bill. It has got approval from Union Cabinet. Now let's see when it rolls out. जब पूरी process खत्म होने के बाद implement होगा, उसके बाद what are the features? So as of now, it seeks to make direct tax law simple. What is the overall aim of introducing such a bill? Overall aim is to make direct taxation very simple, easy to comply with, right? Easy to understand. Presently, if you see Income Tax Act, when we try to read through it, when we try to comprehend it, it is a bit difficult. Okay? It is difficult to understand the Income Tax Act. But now they want to make it simple, and it will be there in short provisions. There will not be longer sentences. It will be in short, crisp language. And for this purpose, the Central Board of Direct Taxes, it has set up an internal committee to oversee the review and give recommendations that how can we make this act more concise, easy to read for the common man. This is the purpose, remember. And 22 specialized subcommittees have also been established for this. This is not a smaller task, isn't it? It is a big task to accomplish when you want to reform the entire Income Tax Act, restructure it. So 22 specialized subcommittees, remember, have been established. How many? 22. 22 specialized subcommittees have been established. So this is the thing. When it comes out in detail, we will be discussing it. Talking about regulatory body news. Regulatory body news में SEBI recently has imposed 25 lakh rupee fine. SEBI recently has imposed rupees 25 lakh fine on DB Realty Limited and 7 individuals. Why? For misrepresenting financial statements. This is for some misrepresentation, manipulation associated with the financial statements. They have tried to manipulate it. This is the thing. So remember, 25 lakh rupee fine on DB Realty Limited and some 7 individuals have been levied for the company's failure to comply with the accounting standards and financial norms, right? Then moving on to banking section. Banking section, you have State Bank of India. So recently, if you remember, yesterday's class only, we have discussed public sector banks' performance, and we have seen that public sector banks are really performing well. So now it is specifically data related to SBI. SBI data will be important for the upcoming SBI examinations. Remember, so this is going to be particularly important for SBI examinations, right? SBI reported 4% year-on-year rise in Q3 of financial year 2025 net interest income. So net interest income, what is net interest income first of all? Net interest income is, for a bank's purpose, what is the difference between the interest you have earned on your assets and what you have paid on your liabilities. Basically, you pay on your liability and you earn from the asset. So the difference is net interest income. So SBI has seen a rise in the net interest income. That is good. So remember, and bank's net profit, 4% year-on-year rise in net interest income. Net profit for the third quarter was up 84% at 16,891 crores. So basically, bank net profit has also improved. This is going to be particularly relevant for SBI examination, okay? SBI JA and all. Then SBI's gross and net performing assets ratio. If we talk about GNPA and NPA, which is a good indicator, which tells you how much you are able to manage your assets. What is the status of your performing or non-performing assets? So GNPA and NPA has improved to 2.07 and 0.53. respectively. GNPA 2.07 and NNPA 0.53. This can be important figure. Remember, all the SBI aspirants, जो latest SBI के examinations होंगे, उनके लिए it can be important. So remember 2.07 GNPA, SBI has improved, and 0.53 is the NNPA. That is it about SBI's performance. Then moving on to national news. National news, first news is India has reached a major milestone. So this is going to be important for everyone. Any milestone achieved by India in terms of UPI, in terms of Forex, in terms of renewable energy capacity is important. Here we have surpassed 100 gigawatts of installed solar power. 100 gigawatts of installed solar power we have surpassed. Okay. And this is solar power, remember? Not the entire renewable energy. This is specifically solar power. So 100 gigawatts of installed capacity India now has in terms of solar power, which is a significant improvement. Also, next important fact which you can remember, earlier in the CA class I have also discussed with you this thing. Solar energy contributes how much to the entire renewable energy capacity of India, which India presently has. Solar energy is contributing 47%, remember. How much? 47%. And then comes the wind energy. So first contributor is solar energy, second contributor is wind energy, and solar energy ke states mein, you know, the top state would be Rajasthan, right? And wind energy it would be Gujarat. So this is something you need to remember. In 2024, alone 24.5 gigawatts of the capacity, solar capacity, was coming from Rajasthan, first place, second Gujarat, third Tamil Nadu. Okay, Rajasthan, Gujarat, and Tamil Nadu. Rooftop installations have also increased. So this was about the solar energy. Then next, let's talk about Department of Consumer Affairs. It has recently set up an AI, artificial intelligence enabled National Consumer Helpline. So Department of Consumer Affairs has brought AI enabled National Consumer Helpline. This is going to assist in grievance redressal mechanism. What is the number? Number is 1915. 1915. Or it can be accessed through its website also, consumerhelpline.gov.in. Whatever consumer related issues we have, for their speedy redressal, it can be used. So remember 1915. 1915. Then next is Union Cabinet, chaired by Prime Minister, has recently approved the extension of the tenure of National Commission for Safai Karmacharis. This can be important. The extended tenure can be a probable question. The National Commission for Safai Karmachari. National Commission for Safai Karmachari was set up specifically to deal with the well-being, for providing benefits to Safai Karmachari, formulating policies for their betterment. It was established. Now this has been extended by the Union Cabinet. So the extended term would be up to 2028, remember. So 31st March 2025 tha earlier. Now it is up to 31st March 2028. This year can be important. The extended timeline can be important, remember. 31st March 2028. Okay. 31st March 2028. And as I told you, it was established in 1993 and it is a statutory National Commission for Safai Karmachari. It was first constituted in 1994. मतलब एक्ट आया था, सो स्टैट्यूटरी है. स्टैट्यूटरी क्या होता है? व्हाट इज स्टैट्यूटरी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन? एनी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन विच इज स्टैट्यूटरी, दैट मीन्स इट हैज बीन एस्टैब्लिश्ड बाय स्टैट्यूट, बाय एन एक्ट, right? It is not constitutional. So remember, National Commission for Safai Karmachari is a statutory body because it has been established under the act, which is National Commission for Safai Karmachari Act 1993. 1994 में it was established. Then next is Ministry of Skill Development and Entrepreneurship, in collaboration with Niti Aayog, has recently launched Women Entrepreneurship Program Swavlambini. Remember, who has launched this? First of all, Ministry of Skill Development and Entrepreneurship. Ministry of Skill Development, Entrepreneurship, with whom they have collaborated for this? Niti Aayog. So the ministry has collaborated with Niti Aayog for this particular women entrepreneurship program, Swavlambini. Under this, they will be trying to impart skill training to the women, assist them in entrepreneurial activities, right? And particularly it has been launched where? It has been launched in Assam, Meghalaya and Mizoram, 3 of the northeastern states of India. Assam, Meghalaya and Mizoram. Okay, Assam, Meghalaya and Mizoram. Remember 3 states, Assam, Meghalaya and Mizoram, they have been launched, where they will be empowering female students in higher education, imparting them skills, helping them in entrepreneurial activities, mentorship provide karana in the entire entrepreneurial journey. This is going to be there. Then next is Union Cabinet has approved continuation and restructuring of central sector scheme, Skill India program till 2026. So this is going to be important. Remember, National Safai Karmachari Commission extended till 2028. Now, very important scheme coming from central government, which is central sector scheme. Central sector scheme means 100% funded by center. Central sector scheme means 100% funded by center. So this Skill India program has been extended till 2026. Remember. So now the tenure will be 2022, 23 say 25, 26. 26 tak it has been extended. Skill India program is basically committed to build skill, upskilling provide karwana to make youth, to make the workforce future ready, so that the youth can get future jobs, integrating the demand-driven technology-enabled industry-aligned training across the country. So as the name only suggests, Skill India program, provide them skills, because unless you have skills, you will not be able to get jobs in the future, right? Because now the Industry 4.0, as we talk about, Industry 4.0 is Internet of Things, Big Data, AI, ML, all these, they required specific skills. So to get employment, Skilling India program is important. Extended till 2026, remember. And under this, there are 3 components: Pradhan Mantri Kaushal Vikas Yojana, Pradhan Mantri National Apprenticeship Promotion Scheme, and Jan Shikshan Sansthan Scheme. So you need to remember, Skill India program as a whole incorporates 3 sub-schemes, right? Incorporates 3 components. First, Pradhan Mantri Kaushal Vikas Yojana, skill, Kaushal, right? Then Pradhan Mantri National Apprenticeship and Jan Shikshan Sansthan. So remember the tenure, extended tenure यहाँ पर important है, 26 तक it will be implemented. Then next we have National Pharmaceutical Pricing Authority. Pharmaceutical Pricing Authority, which monitors your prices of the pharmaceutical drugs and medicines. National Pharmaceutical Pricing Authority, it monitors, it sets out rules related to the pricing of your drugs used in medicinal purposes. So it has fixed ceiling price. Ceiling price means maximum price. Maximum price. For what? Maximum price has been fixed in respect of drugs is specified in Schedule 1 to Drugs Order 2013. Drugs is Price Control Order 2013. So basically 131 scheduled anti-cancer formulations which are helpful in cancer related treatments, their ceiling prices have been introduced. Remember, 131 anti-cancer formulations. It has also fixed the retail price of 28 anti-cancer formulations. Retail level पे जो direct retail level पे available होती है, which consumers can buy. So उसका 28 such drugs have been, prices have been fixed. Also, the pricing authority has put a cap of 30% trade margin on 42 non-scheduled anti-cancer medicine in public interest, which has resulted in reduction of MRP of 526 brands of these medicines by an average of around 50%. So basically, you need to remember all these figures. All these figures are not important. You need not remember. You only need to understand that such price fixing helps in making these drugs, medicinal drugs, for the companies who manufacture the medicine, and at the retail level it has also fixed the MRP. So it is becoming affordable, more affordable for the public for the treatment. This is the thing, right? What you can remember out of here, is government has also reduced customs duty custom duties to almost nil, that means zero, and GST rate from 12% to 5% for 3 anti-cancer drugs. So if you remember past CA, we have discussed customs duty. When we import something, we pay it, right? So custom duty, if we pay, it becomes expensive because it is cost to the importer. If you have eliminated the customs duty, then the imported item becomes cheaper, right? So remember, government has almost made the custom duty on cancer related drugs nil, and GST has also been reduced from earlier slab of 12% to present slab of 5%. This is the data you must remember. GST or customs duty. बाकी जो ऊपर हमने डिस्कस किया, it is not of so much importance, right? So 12 to 5%. Now cancer drugs will be placed under 5% of GST only, because it is already very expensive. If you place in 12%, then it really becomes expensive to afford for the common man. That's why 24-25 में ही ये कर दिया था government ने. So remember, GST is 5% on cancer drugs. Now next is India aims for top 25 in global logistics by 2030. So there's a study conducted by Massey Stuttgart India. Study conducted by MES Stuttgart India in partnership with EAC International Consulting. What it says basically is, with the help of PM Gati Shakti mission, where we are trying to collaborate with all the ministries to make the logistics process more easy and to comply with and cost effective, plus national logistics policy dedicated to bring down the logistic cost and make it seamless. India finds a place among top 25 nations on the World Bank Logistics Performance Index by 2030. So by 2030, World Bank Logistic Performance Index mein India will be there in top 25 nation. This is the production. This is not the present performance. By 2030, we are expecting India to be in top 25 with dedicated schemes which are bringing in logistic costs, to a lower level and making the logistics segment easy to comply with. Logistic cost, as I told you, in the country, they account for 13 to 14% of the GDP. Logistic cost, अभी आप देखो, आप जहां भी ट्रांजिट करते हैं, wherever you transit taking goods, sometimes, so FASTag, for example, has revolutionized this. FASTag say the wait time has reduced, long queues on the highways have reduced. It has helped all the participants of logistics segment save cost, save time, save fuel. This is just an example to make you understand, right? So remember, at present, logistic costs in the country account for 13 to 14% of the GDP. And with the dedicated policies like these, India is projected to surpass Japan and secure 4th spot by 2026. So we are expecting that by 2030, we will be in top 25 nations. And we are also expecting by 2026, India will be surpassing Japan to have 4th rank at the global level. Then next is Jayant Chaudhary, Honorable Minister of State, Independent Charge, Ministry of Skill Development and Entrepreneurship, has inaugurated NSDC International Academy, one international academy of the National Skill Development Council. NSDC International Academy has been established in Greater Noida. This is to provide world-class skill development program and training. It will be helping in skill development programs and training. So remember the location, NSDC International Academy in Greater Noida has been established. Then next is state news. Moving on to state news. State news mein first we have Karnataka government. Karnataka government has initiated Sujala project or Sujala project. What is Sujala project? This is to recharge groundwater. Groundwater depletion is an alarming condition, particularly in states which are already having very low levels of groundwater, like Karnataka, Rajasthan, So they have brought this project, Sujala project, to recharge the groundwater through watershed program. Almost, if you see, Karnataka mein 79% of the area is drought prone, which is second largest after Rajasthan. Maximum area which is vulnerable to drought like situations. Drought क्या होता है? When water level is very low, that the water retention capacity of the land also loses very fast. So drought आप सबको पता है क्या होता है, सूखा पड़ना जिसको हम कहते हैं. Now in drought like situation, maximum drought like situation happens in Rajasthan. Then second is Karnataka. So remember the rank as well. Karnataka is second after Rajasthan, right? So this is the Sujala scheme coming from Karnataka. Next is Odisha government. Odisha government under Beti Bachao Beti Padhao scheme has initiated. So major schemes of Odisha government are there, like Nirbhaya Kadhi, Fearless Bud, Mo Gela Jia, My Dear Daughter, then Kalpana Avijan, Swarna Kalika, okay, Virangana Yojana. All these schemes, they are state level schemes of the Odisha government. Basically, to help in improving child sex ratio in the state, helping reducing girl-child school dropouts, helping them pursue, complete their higher education. All these schemes are meant for. Remember, reducing child marriage, early marriage, etc. Then next we have TP Solar, which is a subsidiary of Tata Power. It has opened up 4.3 gigawatt solar cell and modular factory in Tirunelveli, Tamil Nadu. So TP Solar has established this factory, solar cell. So it will be adding to India's solar cell capacity. Remember, TP Solar, which is subsidiary of Tata Power. 4.3 gigawatts ka solar cell and module factory has been established in Tamil Nadu, Tirunelveli. Also, this 4.3 gigawatt solar cell and module factory is India's largest single location solar manufacturing facility. This can be important. Single location. We are not talking about, in terms of the chain of these factories. We are saying that in terms of single location solar manufacturing facility, manufacturing facility, this 4.3 gigawatt solar cell capacity established in Tirunelveli, Tamil Nadu by TP Solar, which is subsidiary of Tata Power, is largest in India in terms of single location solar manufacturing facility. So remember this news, it can be important. Then you have international news. International news segment mein very important news. The Ocean Coordination Mechanism. Ocean Coordination Mechanism has been launched to address critical marine challenges in Caribbean and northern Brazil shelf. This can be very, very important, right? So remember, Ocean Coordination Mechanism. There are a lot of critical issues related to ocean right now. We need to address them. So particularly dealing about the Brazilian shelf, continental shelf hota hai. What is continental shelf? Continental shelf kya hota hai? Sabse pehle you need to understand this. So for example, if I tell you, like if this is the coastline of India, right? If this is the coastline, this is your baseline, where the land-based territory is. But suppose water starts from here, right? We have Bay of Bengal here. It is not that under this water land has, khatam ho gayi land, but it is still continuing. So this thing shallow level pe hoga pehle. You see, when you go into the coastal areas, when you go through the waves, initially you are able to walk because the depth is very less. Shallow depth hoti hai. But then suddenly the depth increases, right? So this shallow is continental shelf. Continental shelf. And then the sudden drop in the depth is continental slope. Right? So this is something which I want you to understand. Now this ocean coordination mechanism has been launched to address the issues related to Caribbean islands and Brazilian shelf. That means Brazil ka continental shelf. I hope you will be able to understand now. In this case, to enhance sustainable ocean governance and protect the biodiversity. Governance, laws related to oceans should also be sustainable. They should not be exploiting in nature. Plus, how you are extracting the resources out of this ocean has to protect the biodiversity. It has to be in favor of biodiversity conservation. Now let's see the typical feature of this mechanism. So it is a collaboration, okay, collaborative effort hai. Who has launched this? It has been launched by Intergovernmental Oceanographic Commission of UNESCO. This is important, remember. It has been launched by Intergovernmental Oceanographic Commission of UNESCO. Implementing agency is UNESCO IOC Subcommission for the Caribbean and adjacent regions. So launching agency is International Oceanographic Commission of UNESCO. Implementing agency is this organization's subcommission, which is dealing specifically for Caribbean and adjacent regions. It will be implementing this. Remember, funding it is receiving from your Global Environment Facility, UNDP, etc. Lot of projects. So multi-stakeholder project hai, bahut sari funding they are receiving. Oceans covered here are Caribbean Sea, as I told you, North Brazil Shelf, large marine ecosystem. So areas around your Brazil, then Caribbean islands, this is the area covered. Remember. So it is about ocean coordination mechanism. I hope it is clear. Remember who has launched it and also remember the implementing agency. Then next we have President Donald Trump has signed an executive order. No men in women's sports executive order. So basically they have banned trans women from women's sports. I don't know why continuously you see these kind of decisions coming from US president, right? So, but we cannot help it. This is the thing. So please remember that US has banned trans women from all women's sports. This is the news. Next, Argentina has decided to withdraw from WHO, imitating the decision of US. So you know recently that United States has withdrawn their funding support to WHO. They have said that you have not been able to deal properly with the pandemic situation. US has been the maximum contributor to WHO's fund. Given all these actions taken by US, Argentina is moving on similar lines. So remember which country has recently withdrawn the support from WHO? It has decided to withdraw from WHO, Argentina. Okay, Argentina. And that's why Argentina's president also becomes important, Javier Milei. Then talking about MOUs, first is Federation. So FICCI basically, FICCI, Federation of Indian Chambers of Commerce and Industry, FICCI and Expo City Dubai. FICCI and Expo City Dubai have signed MOU to strengthen international urban cooperation, urban planning, development and other activities. Then next, Indian Sign Language Research and Training Center and National Book Trust have signed MOU to convert 500 NBT story books. Remember this can be important. 500 NBT story books, general reading materials and other engaging books into accessible formats which can be accessed by deaf children through Indian Sign Language. So this can be important. It is to increase the accessibility of these books for the children who want them in the Indian Sign Language, right? Then next is Dr. Reddy and Shanghai Henlius Biotech. They have signed MOU for development and manufacturing of and commercial supply of biotech related manufacturing ke liye they have signed this. This is not important. You can skip this entirely. Skip this one. Not at all relevant. Then next, you have Indigo and Norse Atlantic. Indigo and Norse Atlantic have signed a lease agreement with Norway-based Norse Atlantic Airways for Boeing 7879 Dreamliner. Now this aircraft, Boeing 7879 Dreamliner, is expected to begin operations, right, marking a key step in Indigo's efforts. So Indigo may it will be bringing in their operations. This can be important. Indigo will be expanding its legs. Now let's talk about the Science Tech segment. Science Tech mein you have Directorate of Futuristic Technology Management at Defense Research and Development Organization DRDO, headquartered in New Delhi, has released redefine and augmented research verticals and thrust areas across DRDO industry academia centers. Basically, what is this entire thing? DRDO ne, this has been released. So DRDO has tried to realign research verticals and related areas for better outcomes. This entire news basically means streamlining all the research projects, research related works to make R&D more efficient enough. In terms of defense R&D we are talking about, right? To streamline and enhance the focus of directed research. Research should be in dedicated directions where we are trying to improve or say improvise ourselves, where in those areas where we are trying to boost domestic component in the defense equipments. So this is the directed research. It has been aligned and restructured by Directorate of Futuristic Technology Management, DRDO. Remember, nothing else is important from this segment. Then talking about defense may we have government has increased defense capital acquisition budget by 6.34%. This can be important, remember. So budgetary allocation for capital acquisition in the modernization of defense equipments for the current financial year 2024-25 has been increased by 6.34%. This figure can be important, remember, 6.34%. Defense manufacturing, defense acquisition के लिए ये budget has been increased 6.34% to incorporate, modernized equipments in the defense segment. Then next is France has officially delivered its first batch of Mirage 2005 fighter jets to Ukraine. So France is known for these range of fighter jets, the Mirage category of fighter jets, remember. So recently France is in news because of this Mirage jet. So what can be important here is, remember, these category of Mirage fighter jets, they belong to France. India also imports them from France. So France recently has delivered this Mirage 2000-5 fighter jets to Ukraine. Then next is Indian Navy's first training squadron in Singapore has been sent to strengthen maritime cooperation. Indian Navy has sent their first training squadron to Singapore for boosting both of the countries' maritime ties. So this is the news. Ships of the first training squadron. Which are the ships involved? This can be important fact. The ships are INS Sujata, INS Shardol, ICGS Veera. They have entered the Changi Naval Base in Singapore. So you remember first of all names of the three ships in this Indian Navy's training squadron which have arrived at Singapore. These are INS Sujata, INS Shardol and ICGS Veera. So Sujata, Shardol and Veera, remember. Sujata, Shardol and Veera. They have entered the Changi Naval Base in Singapore. Then next is US has approved technology proposals which will be helping India in manufacturing of Stryker combat vehicles. What are these Stryker combat vehicles? Stryker combat vehicles, you can look at this image. This is kind of a combat tank, right? So remember this name, Stryker combat vehicle, Stryker. This is the image. India, with the help of US technology assistance, will be manufacturing them. Acha, if you remember with this news, can you tell me what was the last very important news coming in terms of India-US collaboration, where India with US's collaboration will be producing very important Navy ke liye, it is very important equipment. Tell me, if you can remember, if you can recall the name. They can detect in depth the vessels which are there in the oceanic regions or seas. Sonboy. If you remember Sonboy, right? So for Sonboy, this was a collaboration between India and US. After that, you have this Stryker combat vehicles. Stryker combat vehicles. And with this, India will be the first global producer of them. With this is going to be important. When it happens, India, when it starts manufacturing, will be the first global producer of a Stryker combat vehicle. This is the image, right? So US company, Ultra Maritime and India's Bharat Dynamics Limited will be producing Sonboys in India, as I told you. Sonboy बहुत important है. You need to remember Sonboys की हमने बात की थी. These are the detectors. They can detect submarine. They can detect, you know, suboceanic components, vessels which are there. So it will strengthen Navy's defense capacity, stealth capacity, lot of capacities, right? So remember, ये तो हो गया Striker combat vehicles. Then next is Sonboy, which we have already discussed. This can be very important question from here. Please write it down separately. Write it down separately, I'm telling you, because Sonboy is important. Sonboy, may you remember कि US and India are collaborating, but which are the companies, which are the entities collaborating from both the sides? So US से Ultra Maritime and India से Bharat Dynamics Limited. Bharat Dynamics Limited, remember. From India, Bharat Dynamics Limited will be there, right? Ultra Maritime and Bharat Dynamics Limited from India for Sonboy. Now next is your ITBP, Indo-Tibetan Border Police, has set up new company operative base. So they have set up their new operative base in Kutul or at Kutul in Chhattisgarh. This is the thing. So with this, the company operating base has been established by ITBP's 41st Battalion, which is headquartered in Bhubaneswar. So that is it. Yahan par you need to remember only this thing. Kutul mein they have established new operating base. Then there is this study which says that due to climate change and all, you know, cocoa crisis is looming over the world. So climate change can reduce suitable cocoa growing areas in West and Central Africa by 50% by 2050. See, easy to remember, 2050 and 50. So by 50% can be reduced by 2050. But this is alarming. Cocoa production के लिए जो suitable area होता है, it will be reduced by 50%, particularly in these West African and Central African region. So this can be important, and the report has been published in the journal Agriculture and Forest Meteorology. And the study has been conducted in 4 main cocoa producing countries. So now this can be important, that which are the main cocoa producing countries? Ivory Coast, okay, Ghana, then Nigeria, West Africa, and then Cameroon. So remember, Ivory Coast, Ghana, Nigeria, and Cameroon. Ivory Coast, Ghana, Nigeria, and Cameroon. Also, India mainly cultivates coffee in Karnataka, Kerala, Tamil Nadu. So, India ki rank recently we have covered. You remember 7th rank in coffee production. So, in coffee production, India's rank is 7th, and the largest producer is Karnataka. Then next is a new study has found that tiger population in India has increased by 30%. So, this is good. Over past 2 decades, that means 20 years, tiger population in India has increased by 30%. This is important. Tiger recovery has happened due to lot of efforts like Wildlife Protection Act 1972, Forest Conservation Act 1980, National Tiger Conservation Authority, right? So this is the thing. Tiger occupied area has increased by 30%. Protected area has increased. So 85% of tiger occupied grids were within the protected areas. Next, awards books segment. So you have University of Sussex located in England. It has recognized Noel Tatak. You recently know he has been in news, with an honorary doctorate for notable impact on global business leadership. So Noel Tata has been awarded with this. Next, talking about festivals. Festivals mein we have 38th Suraj Kund International Crafts Fair to be held in February itself in Faridabad. So यहाँ पर what is important, remember edition, 38th edition, and remember 2 partner states are there, Odisha and Madhya Pradesh. So this is going to be very important fact. Madhya Pradesh and Odisha will be the partner states in 38th Suraj Kund International Crafts Festival to be held in Faridabad. शिल्प महाकुंभ भी इसको बोला जाता है, inspired by the Mahakumbh Mela. Then talking about sports. Sports में 38th national games, as you know, are happening. So boxer Lovlina has clinched gold medal in women's 75 kg category. Remember, boxer Lovlina has clinched gold in 75 kg category, women category. ICC Men's Trophy 2025 का official song has been released. for the ICC 2025 men's championship trophy which has to happen, uske liye song has been released. So please remember this song title is Jeeto Bazi Khel Ke. Jeeto Bazi Khel Ke, sung by famous Pakistani singer Atif Aslam. Okay, remember. Then next is Hockey India League 2025. Hockey India League 2025 winner is Shrachi Bengal Tigers. Bengal Tigers defeated Hyderabad Tufans. So Hockey India League 2025 has been won by Bengal Tigers. They have defeated the Hyderabad Tufans. Then we have conferences में 32nd session of Indian Art History Congress recently has begun in Noida. What is the theme? Theme is rendering of Indian epics in art culture. Artistics, performance and representations it will be happening. Then this is going to be very important. Remember, BIMSTEC Digital Conclave. First of all, BIMSTEC Digital Conclave has happened. BIMSTEC, Bay of Bengal Initiative for Multi-Sectoral Technical and Economic Cooperation, right? BIMSTEC 7 countries ka group hai. 7 countries are there. Digital Conclave has recently started. Where it has started, remember, in Colombo, Sri Lanka. So 2 news we have today from BIMSTEC. That's why you see BRICS, BIMSTEC constantly in news. They are really important. You will be telling me the headquarters of BIMSTEC as well. Okay, everyone. So BIMSTEC Digital Conclave recently has started in Colombo, Sri Lanka. What is the theme of this Digital Conclave of BIMSTEC? Theme is building digital public infrastructure for shared prosperity. So the focus is on digital public infrastructure. Then BIMSTEC Youth Summit is also there in news. BIMSTEC Youth Summit. So basically Department of Youth Affairs, Ministry of Youth and Sports in India is organizing the Youth Summit from 7th to 11th February in Gandhinagar, Gujarat. So remember, Digital Conclave BIMSTEC is happening in Colombo, Sri Lanka, but the Youth Conference, Youth Summit is happening in India, in Gandhinagar only, Gujarat. What is the theme? Youth as a bridge for intra-BIMSTEC exchange. Youth as a bridge for intra-BIMSTEC exchange, remember. And presently, BIMSTEC has 7 member states: India, Nepal, Bangladesh, Myanmar, Sri Lanka, Thailand and Bhutan. Remember, 7 member states are there. And these, they have talked about the contemporary issues like cyber security, climate change, maritime security, lot of issues. So this is your homework question for today. Apart from the question I will be giving you, where is BIMSTEC headquartered at? Right? Everyone will be telling me. Then next is Industry Quality Assurance Conclave. Recently has happened. Theme was Collaborative Quality Assurance, Bridging the Gap Between Industry and Defense. Recently in New Delhi it was conducted. Remember. Then next is Viksit Bharat @ 2047. So Niti Aayog has organized high-level conclave which was towards Viksit Bharat 2047, strengthening economy, national security, global partnership and law. In New Delhi it has been organized. So please remember, this high-level conclave was organized by whom? By Niti Aayog. By Niti Aayog. Towards Viksit Bharat @ 2047 in New Delhi it has been organized. Obituaries mein we have Kameshwar Chaupal, senior BJP leader and Ram Temple trustee. Then we have person in news, one person, Ravindra Jadeja, very famous cricketer from India. So Indian cricketer Ravindra Jadeja has become 5th Indian bowler to reach 600 international wicket mark across the 3 formats. Across the 3 formats of cricket, Ravindra Jadeja has become 5th Indian bowler. Remember, 5th. Okay, 5th Indian bowler to reach 600 international wickets. Right? So Ravindra Jadeja has joined this club. So who are the other 4? If Ravindra Jadeja is the 5th Indian bowler, then the earlier 4 are Anil Kumble, then Ravichandran Ashwin, Harbhajan Singh and Kapil Dev. Remember, Anil Kumble, Ravichandran Ashwin, then Harbhajan Singh and Kapil Dev. So that is it for 7th February CA. I hope you have been able to understand. Now it's time for the top 5 MCQs. Let's quickly discuss them. First question. Recently, Department of Youth Affairs, Ministry of Youth Affairs and Sports, has organized BIMSTEC Youth Summit from 7 to 11 Feb in Gandhinagar, Gujarat. What is the theme of this event, or what was the theme of this event? Tell me. BIMSTEC Youth Summit, what was the theme? What was the theme? Everyone, quickly tell me the answer. Yeah, so the theme was Youth as a Bridge for Intra-BIMSTEC Exchange. B is the right option here. Youth as a bridge for intra-BIMSTEC exchange. Next question. India has reached a major milestone by surpassing how many gigawatts of installed solar capacity recently, according to the latest data by ministry? What is the correct answer here? Yeah, so it is 100 gigawatts of solar capacity we have reached. Next, Union Cabinet recently has approved the continuation and restructuring of Skill India program. You have to tell me after this, Skill India program has a tenure up to which year? So what is the revised tenure of Skill India program? Revised tenure of the Skill India program. Very good. The correct answer would be option A. Remember, it has been extended till 2026. Okay, 2026. So 2022, 23 say 25, 26. Next question. Recently 38th Suraj Kund International Crafts Fair is happening in Faridabad. You have to tell me which are the two partner states for this. 38th Suraj Kund Craft Festival. Which are the two partner states into this? Two partner states. The correct answer would be, very good, Madhya Pradesh and Odisha. Madhya Pradesh and Odisha. Next. ICC Men's Champions Trophy 2025 official song has been released. What is the official song for ICC Men's Champions Trophy 2025? What is the official song recently released? Very good. The correct answer would be Jeeto Bazi Khel Ke. Option C. Remember. Option C. Jeeto Bazi Khel Ke. Jeeto Bazi Khel Ke. Sung by Atif Aslam. Next. Learning exercise. So this is your learning exercise for today. The homework question. Who among the following has organized high-level conclave title towards Viksit Bharat 2047, strengthening economy, national security, global partnership and law in New Delhi? So recently this high-level conclave was held towards Viksit Bharat 2047. You need to tell me in the comment section who has organized this conclave. This is your homework question for today. And the last class I gave you the question. Question was, recently ISRO has published a book, right? So, and also edited by ISRO chairman, earlier chairman Dr. S. Somanathan and VSSC director Dr. S. Unnikrishnan Nair. So who has published this? ISRO. What is the name of the book? Book is Introduction to Finite Element Analysis. B is the correct option for the last question. Introduction to Finite Element Analysis. Remember, this is important. And you all have provided me the correct answers. Isha Bhadoria, Pratik Kumar, Karthik, Suraj Patil. I appreciate all of you, right? So, thank you so much for today's session. I hope you have enjoyed the class. I'll see you in the next session. Till then, have a great day. Thank you so much. Keep on revising.